Hi, this tutorial covers using the wrong sampling frame. So let's start with defining that term sampling frame. So a sampling frame is a list of all persons or things from which a sample will be drawn. Ideally, the sampling frame should be identical to the population when taking a sample. Okay, so the key word here is ideally. Okay, so we're going to talk about, in this tutorial, we're going to talk about what happens if the sampling frame is different than the population. And if it is different than the population, selection bias can occur. And remember that selection bias is a type of bias that occurs when some groups in the population are left out of the process of choosing the sample. Let's look at an example. So suppose a Senate candidate wants his team to call all adult members of his district to see if they're planning to vote for him in an upcoming election. The candidate's team randomly selects people from an electoral register, where that is the list of all people that are registered to vote. Okay, so they are trying to sample all adult members, and they end up selecting people from an electoral register. So in this case, the sampling frame is different from the population. The population is all adult members in the district. The sampling frame is only those registered voters in the district. Okay, so we are using a different sampling frame than the population of interest. So many people, especially those that are uninterested in politics or those that have recently changed addresses, will not be allowed to be selected for the survey. Okay, a lot of times, depending on the state you're in, you can register to vote right up until the day of the election. So you're going to be not including a lot of people, again, especially those people that are uninterested in politics or people that have recently moved. So a lot of times more mobile populations will support one candidate versus another. So those people will not be allowed in the sample. So the wrong sampling frame in this case was used, so selection bias has occurred, and the poll data will probably be unreliable. So if you were to analyze this study later, you might want to think of another way of sampling from the population where you're including all possible adults, not just the ones that were registered to vote. So this has been your tutorial on using the wrong sampling frame. Thanks for watching.